All right. So we are going to just start. Welcome to the Young Living Q&A. I have Lucinda and Haley here, and we are going to help answer some questions. So anyone that asks a question tonight will earn a $5 product credit to your existing or your new Young Living account. So super exciting. Already giving away some freebies for sure. I have some questions that people asked kind of before. So I would like to know, someone wanted to know, what is Ningxia Red and what are the benefits of Ningxia Red? So loaded question, okay? Ningxia Red is a wolfberry juice, like a wolfberry supplement. The wolfberry is related to goji berry, and the wolfberry comes from China. Dr. Gary Young, who is the founder of Young Living, went to China, and there was a village up in the mountains there, and many people were living well into their 90s and some over 100, and looked very young for the number age they were. And he was like, what is going on? What is your secret? Their secret was the wolfberry. So he, Young Living now has the Ningxia farm in China, and that is where Ningxia comes from. So it is a blend of essential oils and different juice purees, natural juices that make up Ningxia Red. Is an antioxidant drink that really fills in all the gaps, helps boost the immune system, helps your eye health, helps your mind health, helps gut health, helps pregnant and nursing moms, all of the things, my friends, all of the things. Okay. So now recently I have just written a gut program, and that uses a lot of Ningxia Red for weight management. And Ningxia Red did help me lose and keep off about 50 pounds. So very exciting. It comes in bottles like this. It comes in sachets, like little packets that you can freeze. There's like an energy kind of carbonated drink. There are wolfberry crisp bars, so many things, right? You can just buy the berries themselves. So many things Ningxia is good for. My kids and I take shots of it in the morning all together. There's different recipes. So any other information on Ningxia Red, definitely reach out to myself, Lucinda, or Haley, or check out my gut group. If Lucinda, if you're able to maybe put the gut group in the chat, that could definitely help people out. I think people can see. I'm not sure if people can see the chat with the recording, but we'll see. All right. Sometimes are on my eyes today. I think what makes Young Living essential oils different from others like in the stores? That is a fantastic question. Haley, do you want to answer that question?
I'd be more than happy to.
Awesome.
So what makes Young Living different from other essential oils that you would go and find like at your drugstore or maybe like your local grocery store? Our products, we have a commitment that that Young Living has, and it's our seed to sale commitment. And that is essentially the whole amazing process of from the time that the seed is planted all the way from the time that the bottle gets into your home. It is amazing. They do nothing but purity. They make sure that it's nothing but the absolute best for you. They have a distillation process that they go and do, which is essentially using nothing but water to go and get your wonderful essential oils and extracting that. And with your typical drugstore essential oils, they may say that they are 100% essential oils, but technically they don't have to contain 100% essential oils. So the FDA can say it can be a certain amount of the essential oils, and then they would go and you can add whatever fillers to it. But if as long as it has that certain percentage, they can claim that is at 100% essential oils. So essentially that other like 85% or 95% that you would be getting would be a filler. So it could be alcohol, it could be literally anything in there. So with Young Living, you know that you are getting nothing but purity. It is nothing but the plant itself extracted through a water distillation process straight into your bottle. And they also take a couple extra steps in the middle of that as well and make sure that they have purity standards, and they go through multiple different testings to make sure that it is as potent and as powerful as it can be.
I love that answer. And I'm Haley. Do you mind putting seed2seal.com in the chat there? If you go to seed2seal.com, that is a really good way to learn about the distillation process and things like that. So we've got Stephanie Cannon on. She is where'd she go? There we go. I added her. All right. I have a question, and this says, I am a customer and have not ordered in 2 years. What do I have to do? Lucinda, would you like to answer that question?
I will. Let me finish chewing my apple here, which is part
No
of
worries.
healthy dinner. What you have to do is get with the person who invited you. And what they will do is they will get your member number, possibly your PIN number, and then they will have to call into customer service and they will get you reactivated. You do not have to make a brand new account since you've already had your account and your account was probably listed under Young Living as inactive. So super simple to get reactivated. You do not have to make a brand new account, but Young Living has really made it so easy to continue with them. And so when you reactivate, you might want to say, hey, Sally or Susie, why don't you come join me in Young Living? So it's so easy to get started with them. So that's all you have to do. Get with the person who invited you and they can get you reactivated.
Awesome. What's really awesome too, actually, is I don't know if you know, they don't even have to know their member number or PIN number. You can call in Young Living and I think they can find people from years ago just with their email. Yes. So that is super awesome. So makes it even easier for us, right? All right. I have another question. How do I use essential oils? And I'm going to direct that to Miss Haley there.
All right, so this is actually one of my favorite ones to go and answer. So the 3 different ways that you can go and use essential oils is the first one is the most common one, and that's aromatically. The second one is topically, and the third one is you can ingest it. So I just love this so much. So with the aromatic use, there is multiple ways that you can do the aromatic use. So you can put it in a diffuser. I've also found that you can put it in a wax melter, but you don't really, you're using more of your oils with it, but you still get like a good amount of fragrance with that. You can also go and just directly inhale it from the bottle. Or like I was saying, applying it topically, but you can go and put it in your hands and use it for aromatic use that way as well. So then going and getting into the topical use, you can go and apply essential oils to your skin and different locations and different areas based on where you are needing support. And one thing I will say with that though, when you are using oils topically, make sure you use a carrier oil with it first. So some oils that we have can be, they're considered spicy oils. So they may be on the little bit hotter side or maybe like a cooling sensation, or like with the citrus, there is sensitivity when it comes to UV. So you wanna make sure that you're not going to have any reactions or like extreme reactions when you go and use these oils. So when the first time using them, make sure you dilute them. And you also get more life out of it too. You still get the awesome smells and the support from the oil, but it lasts you a lot longer. And then our third use that we have is ingesting oils. So that one is really cool too. I've been recently dabbling in with that a little bit more, but what you'll go ahead and do, the main use you can do is, I got this actually from SAS, is take a shot glass and fill it full of water and then add your essential oils to that water and just go and take your shot and boom, you got it. Or you can go and maybe take yourself a full glass of water and do like an infusion. You can put it in your smoothies, you can put it on your food. There's all different kinds of ways when it comes to like that particular one. Or you can go and get some veggie capsules and get a complex that you can go and dilute in with your capsules and put your oils in it, and you can take it like a supplement every day or whenever you're needing that support. So those are the 3 main ways that you can go and use essential oils.
Awesome. I have 2 kind of follow-up questions. One is, what can I mix with them? So you mentioned carrier oil. Can you tell us about a couple carrier oils that are safe to use?
Yes. So when I mention a carrier oil is just anything that goes and dilutes the oil from its natural potency. So you can go and use, like I was saying, water. But when I'm saying carrier oils, I'm specifically kind of more talking topically. And when you're the main carrier oils that people use are typically coconut oil, jojoba oil, and an olive oil. But essentially, you can use any kind of oil. I would not recommend using a vegetable oil just because it is more of like a cooking kind of oil. And it's got like all different kinds of things mixed in it, but you can use it as well. So those are some carrier oils that I personally go and use, and you are actually the best, in my opinion, when you're going and applying topical.
And when you mentioned something about like you can mix things with water, when you're using a diffuser, you use water. When you're mixing things like making hairsprays or maybe you're making like cleaning products, if your oils are going to sit in water more than like, because your diffuser keeps moving, if your oils are going to sit in water together, you want to use distilled or filtered water because they can mold up if they're sitting together. So that is a good tip also. And I got another one for you, Haley, a follow up. And someone asked, you talked about the wax melts. Do you add anything to it or just the oil also?
So I've actually been kind of playing with this a little bit, and so you can just go and take like typically they have some type of removable ceramic top on them or whatever material it was. You can just go and put it directly on top of that and just go and apply a couple oils. Or as I was mentioning the carrier oil, you can go and put some of your carrier oil in there and then go and add a couple of drops to that as well. And I did my research on this as well. When you are doing it, it doesn't matter what carrier oil you go and use, because wax melters only get up to about 70, 75 degrees. So it's not like it's extreme temperatures. It's just enough where it can go and softly melt the wax and release the fragrance. And actually 70 degrees is the temperature needed to release that fragrance. So I thought that was pretty cool. So, and you could even get yourself like some of those beeswax pellets like that don't have a fragrance to them, or you can maybe even get some like wax squares that are just fragrance free, and then just go and put a couple of drops on top of that, and there you go. Or like Nikki, she goes and makes her own products. So she does things like roller balls, the shea butters, bath bombs. She goes and makes her own. You could go and do something like that too. You can go and make your own wax melts with your own essential oils and then put them in there.
Awesome. That is awesome. I am learning so much tonight too. All right. So if you're hopping on, remember, if you're asking a question tonight in the chat, we are going to answer it and throw you a product credit. Which Pam, ask a question, I'll have to add on to your product credits because I didn't call in yet for your last one. All right. Question for Lucinda. What are my options for purchasing products, for buying products?
You have two different ways that you can get products. You can go in and build your account and add items to your cart. However, if you want to save money and get the best deal, best bang for your buck, as they would say, you want to sign up for Subscribe to Save. And Subscribe to Save is Young Living's version of an auto ship program. And Young Living has changed their way since I've started with them. I'm a star with Young Living, and I've been with them since last June. But when I started with Young Living, you had to buy a starter kit. Now, when you start with Young Living, you can get a single oil, you can get a lip balm, you can get anything you want. However, to get the best rewards for it, you want to try to get at least 50 PV, that's point value for your products every month. And when you do that, you will be earning points back, and then they accumulate in your account, and those points back, those earned points back, get you free product if you save up, save up, save up. But the other thing is, if you sign up for Subscribe to Save or in your car and you order 100 PV, then you will qualify for free shipping. And what that also does, if you order 100 PV, you unlock an automatic savings of 24% for a full year, which is super amazing. And then your points back depending on how long you're with Young Living. 1 to 3 months with them, you get 10% back. 4 to 24 months, you get 20% back, which is where I'm at. And it's absolutely wonderful because every couple of months, I'm an impatient person to get new product from Young Living. So I always, when I see I have a bunch in there, I look, okay, what else can I try now? And basically you're trying it for free. But then if you're with Young Living, after 25 months, you get 25% back on every order that you place. So subscribe to save is definitely the way to go. Or if you want to get a kit, Young Living has a number of different kits, which are also one of your best ways to try out some new things. If you get a kit, it saves you money also. So just a couple ways to get started with Young Living.
Thank you. Thank you. I love that there's options. I really love that there's options. And you could either, like you said, get those bundled kits or make your own kit or just try one thing out. It's awesome. All right, Lucinda, I have another question for you. How can I become, oh my gosh, I need some more Ningxia in my eyes. All right. How can I become someone who teaches with you? So that would be a brand partner. How could you become a brand partner, Lucinda?
Brand partner.
Can I actually add 2 pieces to that question for you?
Sure.
Can you answer how do you become a brand partner if you're just getting started? And then can you answer how can you upgrade to a brand partner from a customer? Is that cool?
Yeah.
Awesome.
To become a brand partner, when you first start, right when you sign in with Young Living, there's an option on there that says brand partner. So you can click on that automatically. And when you're a brand partner, you actually earn commission on anybody else you might sign up that comes in the program underneath you. It's called your downline. So that's one way to, and the brand partner kit is $30. But when you're a brand partner and you're earning commission, you're earning money while you're sleeping. So what other job pays you money while you sleep? But if you're not quite sure being a brand partner is something you want to start with right away, and you just want to come in as a customer and try some products, you always have the option to change, or what they call upgrade, to a brand partner by clicking on there's a little square. The website is super easy to do, and it's $30 for the kit. And what the kit is, it's a booklet. It explains your business steps to be a business, and then you can teach classes like we're teaching with Kathy. You can do classes on your own. You can invite people to join. But being a brand partner, I think I started kind of by accident because I was on the website and I'm like, become a brand partner. Let me click on that and see what it was. And then it asked me all this information. And I guess I'm a brand partner now, and I did not regret the decision. So we're slowly building our business. So those are the ways that you can teach with us.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. Oh my gosh, I love this question was asked because I was like, I'm gonna answer this. What is Thieves and why is it so special? So Thieves is an essential oil blend, and it is mixed with lemon, eucalyptus, rosemary, cinnamon, and what was the other one? Why did I? Clove. Thank you. Oh my goodness. But during years ago, during the bubonic plague, there were people that were kind of spice makers, and they were also thieves, robbers, and they stole from the sick and the dead, and they got caught. Well, back then when thieves got caught, they got their hands cut off, right? So they said, well, if you tell us what you put on your bodies, what protects you from getting sick, we won't cut your hands off. So it was the combination, which is why the essential oil is called Thieves. So that is why I think it's so special. I think it's super special. I think it's always been special, but I think in the past couple of years, it's definitely been special because Thieves isn't just an essential oil that is safe to also ingest, but Thieves is a whole line of products to help boost our immune system, household cleaner, toothpaste, toothwash, toothpaste, toothwash, mouthwash, hand soap, what else? Laundry soap, dish detergent, literally everything in my house that kind of is cleaning products or things for my teeth are Thieves products. So Thieves is amazing because it not only when we clean, we're thinking, well, is this killing this, or is this killing this? Is this killing this piece of bacteria? Is this killing this? Thieves is killing about 96.5% of germs. But what Thieves is also doing is it's boosting our immune system. So this is the choice that I make in my house, and a lot of people have made in the Young Living community, and whether they're very involved in Young Living or not, a lot of people use Thieves because it not only does clean, but it protects our bodies from those other germs. So that is something that if you want to kind of consider swapping out things or that, and that is a good way to kind of start to detox your home. So what's up, Lucinda?
I just wanted to piggyback on what Kathy was just saying, that I have gone to almost a toxic free home. All my cleaning stuff now is Thieves. All my laundry soap is Thieves. And we'll get into this a little bit later, but if you really want to know more about the Thieves products, hop on here again next week, because we are going to be doing a class called Spring Cleaning, and it's all about cleaning your home with Thieves, and it's safe for you. So if you have kids that want to help you clean, if your pets get around it, there's no worries about your kids getting sick. Also with the Thieves, I have not been sick other than just like a little cold since last summer. Through all this virus that's going around, I have not had it. My daughter's not had it, but we have these in the home, and it definitely, I believe, along with Ningxia, has protected our immune system and boosted it, so we haven't gotten sick from those things.
That is awesome. Awesome. All right. So, all right. So Haley, there's two questions here. There's a question about supplements, and I have the answer to it, but there's a really long word that I forgot how to pronounce to explain it. So Haley, can you answer, can you use essential oils on babies, kids, and pets? And I'm going to find that big word before I describe it.
Absolutely. So, and again, that's actually my answer to that question is absolutely you can use essential oils on your babies, your kids, and your pets. So actually Young Living has a line for all three of those. So for babies, we have our seedlings line. For kids, we have our Kid Sense line. And for pets, we have a Pet Sense line. And essentially all of those products that we have are infused with essential oils. And there is also, I want to mention that you can use your kid products on your babies, but you just want to make sure that you have more of a dilution with it, and just make sure that you're reading the instructions and using caution. Again, kind of like how I was talking about using things topically, just make sure you do it in a small amount and it's well diluted, and then go from there. So yes, you can use essential oils for anybody in your home. And I tell you what, it does definitely go and help. I've heard so many different stories. I heard a lot of people actually use the seedlings baby wipes as facial wipes. So either as like to go and get their makeup and stuff off, or just like as a light cleanser on their face. And it shows just how gentle this product is as well, because people are like, like typical baby wipes, they kind of have that weird stingy feel. These ones don't. It's like a nice, wonderful feeling. And then for our Kid Sense line, one of my favorite examples with that is there is a one that helps with their mindset and kind of gives them that boost. It gives them that confidence. And this one specifically, it's so when you think of kids, you might think toddlers. Well, there's also your teenagers that you've got at home too. So maybe they're really stressing out about a test that they got coming up, or maybe they're in sports and they're super nervous about it. Well, there is a essential oil roller ball that they can go and use to get them through that task they need to. And then as for the pets line, there is all kinds of really yummy goodies on there too. There is also a kind of like, I want to call it a paw butter, because that's what exactly I would use it for, but it has a whole bunch of good, like thick carrier oils in it. And it's actually where it's so awesome. And just ingredients in it are so basic that you can go and use it yourself. So if you've got like, they say to use this for your pets and for yourself, but like maybe if you've got really dry elbows, or they call them flanks on dogs, that's where you would go and apply that. And you just have to use literally a tiny, tiny, tiny amount, like just enough to go and layer over it, and boom, perfect. And your dogs can lick it. But with the small amount that's on there, when they go and lick it, by that time it's already absorbed into their skin. So definitely want to go and give those a try for all of your family members.
Awesome. We did get a question of if you can use the pet products on yourself. So you just answered that. So perfect. I'm going to go back to the question. So what makes Young Living supplements different than other supplements? Okay. So I knew this, I just didn't remember the word that I'll share with you guys, but Young Living supplements are made with essential oils. Now, there's been so much research done that actually when you add essential oils into supplements, and they did this with the supplements, was people took the supplements and they added essential oils to the supplements. And when you add the essential oil to the supplements, it increases, this is the word I forgot, their bioavailability. Okay. So what that means is when you add essential oils to these supplements, they're hitting your body faster and stronger than if they didn't have essential oils in them. So that is why Young Living has some really amazing supplements, is because they have more of a bioavailability. Okay. And I'm going to kind of read, I'm going to read this right here, this little blurb right here. All right. So it's really how much you absorb, the amount of vitamin and minerals in it. So our body processes our specific and most common supplements don't have the right processing or right mix of ingredients to absorb more out of it. It's different between certain supplements and the supplement. And then we actually have a supplement class as well. So we can definitely plan that, or we can share that with someone if they're needing some more supplement ideas and things like that. But it definitely increases the bioavailability, and it always, depends on people's bodies and the specific supplement as well. All right. So Pam mentioned that her lavender has helped her bad cut. That is awesome. All right. Well, I'm going to wait a second or two. If there's any questions that people have about specific products or the business, let us know now. This is definitely the time. I want to share, someone had asked me earlier today, what do I do like with my team? And Lucinda and Haley can tell me I'm lying and BS if that's what I'm going to do, but I'm not. But we actually, my team, we've become pretty close the last few months in supporting each other and really helping each other thrive and bringing out our strengths. I'm actually seriously impressed with how some of these ladies have been answering these questions tonight. But we do this every Tuesday. So if you're willing to join our team, you'll be hanging out with us, and we get on a few minutes early before people and kind of chat, make sure we know who's answering what question or who's teaching what topics. And then when everyone gets off, we'll just kind of like talk for 5 to 10 minutes about how it went. We have like a group that we just kind of talk and share ideas and share graphics, and it's awesome. Not one person is doing all the work, right? Not one person is doing all the work. Someone's making graphics, or someone's making graphics for this month and someone for that month, and maybe stuff like this. But we all kind of work our own business, but we also work as a team. So it's pretty awesome. We meet every Saturday and we switch it up. We go to lunches together. We will do Zoom calls. We will have meetings where we do like a power hour and really getting like strategic things done. And it's fun. And it's, it's a nice way to get some work done in a really productive way. So yeah. And I mean, eventually our meetings at lunch aren't going to be at lunch. They're going to be weekend getaways. So that's what we're working on. But yeah, I mean, if Lucinda or Haley want to kind of say a few seconds on what you like about our team, or what do you think? Let me know. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows.
I'll definitely swing in on this one. Like, one thing I will say about this, like, and Lucinda just mentioned, there is no I in team, and that is so true. Like, this business, it gets me excited. And one of the biggest things about this that, like, Sass has really made sure she drilled into my head is that this business works around your life, not the other way around. And it is so true. And another person went and said, if you treat it like a full-time job, it'll pay like a full-time job. And it's true. I mean, and I would necessarily not say that it's the hours that you would go and put into it, but just how much passion and energy and love that you go and put into your business. You may only like take 5 minutes out of it, but what you do in that 5 minutes, you could go and bust some serious butt in there. And the next thing you know, you got like 6 signups. Who knows? The possibilities are endless with this business, and you get to choose who you work with. You don't just like, oh, I'm going to slap you with this person, or, you're just by yourself, like, figure out the business just based off of, these pamphlets we've given you. No, you actually have people. You get to choose the people you want to work with. And these wonderful ladies, I could not be more happy to work with. And it's just, you find your tribe, you find your people that you go and vibe with. And you're, helping yourself like get further up on whatever pole it is that you are trying to accomplish, whether that be a financial one or a personal one. So I absolutely love this business, and it pays off in more way than one, in my opinion.
Love it. And you got two new friends this month. So you're awesome, Haley. Way to go.
Like I said beforehand, that I've been with Young Living since last June. I used to work with Sass Martin in a different field. Kind of lost touch, but then she was going to be at a local playground with her twins that I hadn't seen since they were like probably
Older.
3 months old, not even 3 months old. They were still fairly like newborn. So I hadn't seen them. So she said, I'm going to be at this local park. So I went and met her, but I had known she was doing her gut cleanse. And so when I saw her, if somebody had had a shovel, they would have had to pick my jaw up off the floor, because she looked healthy. She looked great. She gave me a sample of Ningxia Red. That was the gateway, as they say, there's gateway things. Ningxia Red was my gateway into Young Living. But I love it. And like she said, is like we all do different things. But like that saying that I put in the chat, together everyone accomplishes more. I've never met Haley in person. I know Haley from our Zoom calls. However, like Sass said, we have lunches. So we are actually meeting for lunch on Saturday for our power hour. And I get to finally meet Haley in person. I've known Sass for probably 8 years now, I think. Can't remember, but it's great. But like Haley was saying, you put the time into it that you want to. I also work outside of the home. I have a 22-year-old special needs daughter who takes up the majority of my time. So my time is usually Friday and Saturday is when I put the most time, dedicated time. Okay, it's business time. I'm going to go do my stuff now. During the week, it's probably hit or miss with maybe 5-10 minutes here, maybe 5-10 minutes there. But you get out of it what you put into it. And my plan is another part of the business, my daughter. So we're going to make it work. It might not come as quickly as some other things that you want to have happen, but it'll come, and then I will have the business, and then I won't have to work outside the home. I can stay home with my daughter, not have her in day programs, and be able to do more things with her, which she's kind of missed out on for the past 10 years, because I worked outside of the home. I have 2 other children that are now adults. But it's like, you get out of it what you put into it. You reap what you sow, just like the seeds, like Young Living has their seeds that they plant. You have to plant your seed and then nurture it and help it grow. So
I love it. So Pam, so I'm going to give you a product credit, but I'm not going to answer your question right now because your question is, why would you drink Ningxia? So I'm gonna give you a $5 product credit, but that was the first question I had answered, and I know you came a little late. So what I'm gonna do is send you the recording, and it's right at the beginning. So you read my mind. So we answered that at the beginning, and I will give you your product credit. Thank you for answering a question, asking a question, and coming on tonight. So if we don't have any questions, I'm going to hang out with my team and I'm going to ask everyone to hop off and make sure you guys, get your good stuff or let us know if you have any other questions. All right.
I did want to mention something really quick that we do offer. We also have like a hair care and skin care. Like we have other things besides what we do. So I just wanted to go and kind of touch base on those ones. We've got like the Elkhorn line, and that's like protein powders and protein bars and that fun stuff. And then, yeah, we do have like shampoos, conditioners, deodorants, all that fun stuff as well. We have a makeup line too. We have a sleek shake. So I just wanted to go and toss those in there in case next time you guys have questions about them.
Awesome.
Or maybe, yeah.
All right.